Welcome back, everybody, to City Skylines and the city of Odyssey. In our last episode, we worked on getting some park areas put together and starting our industry, and today we are going to be taking a look at some transportation. So I've made a few little updates to the city after the last episode. I went around and cleaned a few things up that I wasn't real happy about with the location of some different things. I didn't like what was going on with our recycling, so I kind of reworked that a little bit. So now we have a better recycling system here so it can actually handle our city's needs. I did a little bit of moving and finagling around with the industry area and added some more areas to that. And I also kind of cleaned this area up over here by putting in some recycling and then getting a park between the recycling and the rest of everybody else in the residential area so that they can't see it. So that'll just make things work a little bit better, and it will also allow us to finally get rid of the landfills that we've had because our garbage processing is more than we need. So I'm going to start emptying these both out, and as soon as they are empty, we are going to get rid of it. This one's 56% full, this one is 32% full, and once those are gone, they're gone forever, and I'm so happy to get rid of those because I do not like having dumps in my city. Like I said, today we're going to start looking at some transportation options. We need to get some buses put in and get some bus lines started so that our residents have a way of getting around. We have industry over here on the far side of the city on the left. We have industry on the right side of the city. And then we have residential and commercial mixed in here and there about throughout the city, and I would love to be able to get a couple of bus routes going so that people can get from one side of the city to the other without having to drive everywhere, because when our city starts growing, we are going to be having some traffic issues. Also, as you may have noticed, we have a huge demand for residential right now because we have so many jobs in our industry area. So I think this section up here, I'm going to turn this into a new district. I'm going to create a district here. We're going to see if we can pick a fun theme to use for this district that makes everything look kind of neat. I'm thinking maybe a suburban style, kind of what we would see in like the Midwest in the USA. Houses with front yards, backyards, driveways, ranch style homes, not quite as many tall buildings. That I think would look pretty neat, and we can also use this area to incorporate some of our transit options. The bus depot is probably going to go over here in kind of what I'm calling our noisy side of the city, where the power plants and things are at the moment, just because we can. But what I would really like to do with this new district here is to integrate a trolley system into the new district here to serve the people instead of using bus lines. I think that would be kind of picturesque. It would look kind of neat. And I hope it'll be a good addition. And you know, as we could, since we have these big wide roads here, we might even be able to bring the trolley down into the city. Maybe make it part. It'd be kind of fun if we could make it part of like the park area. But yeah, so let us see what we can do with this new district here, and we'll get some roads laid out. We'll get the water put in. And then when we come back, we will get our buses and our trolley systems going. So let me get started building that, and I will come back in a few minutes. right, and we are all done putting that together. So what we've done here is we've just laid out a basic little district, and as you can see here, I've gone ahead and painted that in, and right now it's got the name Pleasant Park. We'll come up with something better for that later, but that will work for now. But what's really interesting, I think, about what we've done here is we're trying to plan ahead a little bit. I have gone ahead and installed tram tracks, sorry, that go all the way around the city. They curve around through this district, come up this road here, and then go back to continue the loop. And so our loop should be able to serve the entire area with stops, and buses won't necessarily be required for this area. We'll bring some buses in just so people can get from one part of the city to the other, but for actual bus routes inside, we should be good to go because they will do all this walking. So the only thing we have left to do is get the services put in and get the zoning done. So let's go ahead and get that going. And once we're finished, then we'll move on to our tram, sorry, I get those two mixed up all the time. We'll get started with our tram lines and our tram stops, and we'll also get some buses going. So let me get all this zoned in and get all the services put in, and we will be good to go. So I will be right back. Well, all right, it looks like we got everything zoned in. We got everything put together. I went ahead and stuck a overpass walking platform over this roundabout so people can get in and out, because I assume this roundabout's going to get busy as the city grows. I got some walking paths. We got all our stuff stood in. I went ahead and set up this district for the American Eclectic theme. And if we open up our theme manager, you will see what is included in this pack. So we got like some construction and some little level 1 stuff, but as they begin to level up, this is going to begin looking like an American suburb area with nice, big, beautiful houses. So we'll give it some time and hopefully we'll be able to get there. And I also forgot, since this is zoned for commercial, I'm gonna have to get a theme sorted out for that. So let me take care of that off camera, and then we'll come back and we will watch everything grow. All right, so I got the theme set up, and let's see what happens. So now that our residential area is starting to grow in, I think it is time to set up our public transit for this area. So we're going to give this thing a little pause, and we're going to come over here and we are going to check out our tram line. And we are going to set up our new stops. And I think we're just going to start with one right here, and we're just gonna start plopping these in all the way around the city, all the way around the area here in this district in a nice big loop so that we'll have a chance to use the tram line. and get around fairly easily. And eventually, we'll connect this up to some buses and people will be set. So I'm gonna start at the top, give that a color. We're gonna call this, you know what, we're only gonna have 2 tram lines. We'll just call it tram line 1. And we're gonna change the color of this one a little bit, and we're just gonna call that tram 2. And vehicles 4, you know what, we'll just leave it at that for now, and we will see how it goes. So we have our tram depot over here where our trams are going to come from, which we should be seeing them anytime soon. Now that here they come, our nice little beautiful trams, and they are going to head out into our new area to pick up all of our happy little citizens and take them to all the places that they want to go. And now that we've dropped in those stops, hopefully we should even see some upgrading happening in our... Just follow one of these guys through and see how we're doing. Well, it doesn't look like we picked up too many passengers on that little journey, but you know what? It'll get better as people begin to move in and this area begins to improve and develop. So I think we are good to go there. Let's get our buses set up. So I'm thinking we could probably even just tack a bus depot over here and begin to bring buses out into the rest of the city so that people can get to the jobs that they need to go to. So let's grab a bus depot. Now, do I want to go with the regular bus depot because it's cheaper with a lower upkeep, or do I want to go with the biofuel bus depot, which is less noisy, it's more expensive, costs more to keep up, but they are quieter. You know what, let's go biofuel because I've had problems in the past with my towns getting too much noise, pollution, and we're just gonna give that a go. Why can't I put there? Okay, no. Oh, can't put it there. Okay, so it wants to go there because for some reason I'm not allowed to put it. Okay, fine. There it goes. And now that we have that depot, it's time for us to start setting up a bus line. Now, people work down here and they work over here. There's a park in the middle here. And I want to get connections in here so that they can get off of a bus stop and move on to a trolley line if they want to, tram line. So I wonder if we could just make a basic bus loop that goes from one side of the city to the other, swings past the park. So we're gonna have to go through these roundabouts at some point if we want to get... Okay, what if we did a lower loop focusing on this road right here and everything below it. Then we did an upper loop that went up into that new area. I think that will work. So let's just start, create a new line here, and let's just run a lower Yeah, like a lower loop. Bus route. That will take people to work. Come over here. Section of. Close enough. When there. Bring them up to the park. So. And then off. And then we'll do one going back the other way. Hopefully, this will help our citizens get where they need to go and not have to drive quite. So we'll call this one lower line 1. We already started at red. We're going to start at red for the buses. We'll call this one. Oops, I forgot to hit enter. I always do that. Lower line 1 and lower line. Do I have any biofuel bus? Yeah, there we go. Biofuel bus. All right. And then we'll call this one the pink one. 7. Let's take that down to 6 just to start off with because I don't know what we're going to need. Take that one down to 6 for now. All right, and so we've got the lower line going. Now let's do an upper loop that will follow a similar route just on the higher end of the city. Maybe I can just make a walking path that goes through there, and I'll just make the bus route do that. There. There. Go there. There. Go there. You go there. Bust a little walking path through there. And we will call that a beautiful thing. There we go. So now if people want to get on the tram and the bus, they can. Get the rest of these buses put in. We're just going to go back the other direction. Okay, and let's check these out. We'll call this one upper line 1. Change the color to a nice shade of purple. We'll call this one upper line 2. Okay, and that one go down to a nice shade of blue. A little bit more purple. Actually, see. All right. The number of vehicles, let's just go 5. You know what? We'll call it good for now. All right, and we now have our new biofuel bus lines in place. Here is one of our Intrepid buses now. We shall follow it and see how we do. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. We've got our buses put in. Hopefully people are using them. Check and see. Hey, look at that. We got some passengers. Not so much on the upper line, but the lower line is a very popular line already. And yeah, I think this is going to work out well for us. You never make any money off of these things, but they're just fun to add in. It looks like some people are even using the tram lines as well. That is wonderful. It's going to cut down on congestion and traffic. And look at this. People are starting to build in this new area. Lots of construction sites. This area is going to be cranking up the business. People are going to be moving in. It's going to look absolutely fantastic when we're done. I think that's all we're going to have time for today. We got this new district put in. Got to give it a name, and we will see where we head off to next. I did notice that our park has hit another level, so maybe we'll do a little more detailing on that next time. But what I think we're probably going to have to do next time is take a little bit of a look at this funky highway that the creator of this map has put in, because we might have to make some small changes to it. As you can see, there is this roller coaster. The cars just go careening down. You have to come to a complete stop on the highway just to, like, 3 lanes getting smashed down into one. This looks like, yeah, okay, we're gonna have to do some work with this. I'm not even sure why it transitions from an overpass down here and then goes back up to the overpass again. I didn't put this in. We're gonna get it straightened out, because that is going to become a problem later on. But that is a problem for another day. So thank you all for hanging out with me as we continue building the city of Odyssey. If you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button. Click the little thumbs up to give me a like. It just lets me know that people appreciate what's going on. They let me know that you like the content. And if you can give me any comments, any suggestions on what you would like to see next in the city of Odyssey. If you have a good name for our park here, put the name in the comments down below. I'm trying to think of a name that has something to do with adventure, excitement, because our town is called Odyssey, and I just like to keep up with that theme. If you have a name for our district that we just put that in the comments below too. I'd love to hear your suggestions for that. If you have a suggestion for the name that we could use for our forestry area over here, let me know and we will do that as well. But until then, I appreciate again everybody taking the time to watch, and I hope you all have an amazing weekend. Enjoy your life. Merry Christmas to everybody. If you're watching this after Christmas is over, I hope your Christmas was great. I'm going to enjoy my Christmas with my family. I'm going to take a little time off from making videos, and I will see you guys on the other side of the holiday. Thanks a lot, and I'll catch you next time.